Hey guys, welcome. This is a segment showing how hands can be fixed when something isn't quite right. And this is my friend Inger, who you've met in the other two parts of the series, the just how should hands, fingers work, and then we did some assessing. And so this time we're going to, we would be showing you what we did, but as you can tell, everything is different. This is not the professional background. We're not with the professional setup. Little technical issue. The episode that we shot of fixing her hand got lost. So we're improvising just so that you get the feel of what we went through. This is 3 days later. So tell us though, how's your hand been feeling?
Oh, it's really been amazing. So, what can I tell you?
So we did some, in the second video, there's all this assessing. So we did all kinds of movements. What have you noticed in the last few days?
Well, I've noticed. So, we did this one little exercise here where I moved my fingers and it really pulled and it hurt, and it doesn't hurt now. And we did this little turning the doorknob, and then my whole arm turned here, and my bicep didn't activate. And this is very different. It just turns right in the wrist and in the
Right. So one of the things
radius.
that we found in that was that if she turned her hand, called supination, that your bicep ought to automatically activate, and hers didn't. And now it does. It did when we finished the video 3 days ago, and it still does.
Yes. And then just, I don't know, my whole hand is just
Would
easier.
supple be a good word?
Supple is a great word.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So, probably nobody would notice it, but I can feel it and I notice it.
Yeah. Welcome for those of you. I'm Kara Lindell, and I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute, and I'm a systems engineer and an exercise specialist, and we use an engineering perspective to solve your movement and pain issues. And so for this series, we've been looking at hands, and this was to be the final thing of where we show you solve the whole issue and fix it, use the bridging muscle resets. And so we're kind of going in backwards order here. So this is what happened. And I'm going to break right now. We'll zoom in and show you what we went through, what we discovered, and go from there. Okay, to show you what we went through. Her wrist movement was not centered. It is now. But what we found is it was more directed one direction, and there was a turn, and kind of matched that up to what may have happened a couple of years ago with falling, where she ended up falling on her, breaking a fall with a hand. So we worked through just getting the movement, the muscle coordination from above the wrist and below the wrist to work together better. And when that started to work better, then we went through and connected and made sure each of the fingers were balanced in how they were working from side to side. And because that was the direction that was most off, they went this way, they didn't go the other way. And then made sure that there was a little bit of turn motion between the finger and the middle part of the hand. And you can see a little bit of that now. If I turn using just her finger, it's almost like connecting gears. That turns here and then turns here. And if we had more room, you'd see a turn at her shoulder. So we went through all of that and then made sure that her thumb was able to move. I'm trying to remember, was your thumb really tight also?
It was, and you had it crossed over.
Yeah, so the thumb, so if she landed with her hand like this, it may have impacted this part of her hand. And so we kind of just, again, follow how it moves and what moves, and just kind of playfully helped these muscles kind of remember how to work together. And then that opened up, and that's even a little bit looser.
Yeah.
And the last thing we did was looked at how the thumb and the little finger, the oppositional grasp, how that worked together, how they play off of each other. So if I kind of hold each side, Do they move, and then toggle back and forth. So I'm just going like this with it. And then one other oppositional movement is taking the index finger and the thumb as if we're buttoning or holding a zipper, and just in and out, the ability for that to go in and out. And that is still pretty good. Just tune up the index finger a touch more. And that was pretty much what we ended up working through. And then just making sure that how her fingers coordinated movement into the middle of the hand and then into the wrist. So we went downward. So push your fingers down like you're flexing, like you're going like this. Good. And then we're going to lift up. So there's a flow. So lift up, and then the wrist bends. So we want this flow of movement where when one part moves, then the next, and then the next, and then ultimately up to the shoulder, if she kept doing that. And that's pretty much what we went through and what we found. So just so that we close the loop on how the parts work together and how they're able to turn. Because I think we found that the radial side was a little stuck, and it's moving super easily now.
Yeah.
And then what we did is we retested all the fun things, like, can she do this?
This is still hard for me.
It's better, but
it's still hard.
Yeah. And then we just did the easy up and down motions, and we did sideways because that was a tough one.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that looks much better. And then we did the turning. Awesome. And it's just, there's a flow, there's an ease. Oh, and
the L, I couldn't do that before.
The space between the index finger and the thumb. Yeah, and they looked really matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
So, okay, let's kind of zoom back out a little bit. And so just a great example to show you of how the movement of the hands can change. You have to be very specific about which direction is impacted by whatever happened to the hand, and then what pairing, because thumbs, fingers, they do work in a group, but they also work individually, and they work in interchangeable groups depending on the task that we're doing with them. So if you have had some hand issues and you're looking for some help, we are in the northern suburbs of Chicago, so feel free to look us up on the website and come in for a session or two, and you can be like Inger, where your hands feel better and work better.
Yes.
And if you're a professional who wants to be able to add this level of detail to your practice, so that you can help people more completely and improve their function, we do offer trainings, and there's a group starting soon, so you can find that information on our website also. Thanks for being here. Give us a like and subscribe for more episodes just like this.
Bye.
And we said thank you. That's what we missed. And thank you for being here.